Let's talk about obesity. It's a topic we hear about constantly, and it's almost always boiled down to two things: diet and exercise. But what if the whole story we've been told is, well, wrong? What if it's less about willpower and more about a full-on war with your own biology? Today we're diving deep into the science of obesity, and trust me, what we're about to uncover might completely change how you see it.
All right, let's just get right to the heart of it, shall we? This is the big one. The idea that gaining weight is simply a failure of self-control. That if someone just tried a little harder, they could easily lose the weight. But is it really that simple?
Yeah, not even close. The scientific reality, it's a whole different universe. On one side, you have this old, outdated idea of a personal failure. But on the other, science is showing us that obesity is an incredibly complex, chronic disease with deep roots in our biology. And understanding that difference is absolutely key.
Look, for so long, the story has been super simple, right? We see it everywhere, that obesity is a lifestyle choice, a matter of personal responsibility. But this narrative isn't just incorrect, it's actually harmful, and it's a story that science is now working overtime to correct.
And this is where the story takes a massive turn. Science has officially stepped in and redefined obesity. It's not seen as a character flaw anymore, it's recognized as a complex disease. And we're not talking about some fringe theory here. This is the official consensus from the biggest medical authorities on the planet.
Let me just say that again so it really sinks in. The World Health Organization, the American Medical Association, they all classify obesity as a chronic disease, exactly the same way we think about diabetes or high blood pressure. So if it's a disease, you have to ask, how does it actually work? Well, to understand that, we have to go deep inside the body, where there's a hidden war being fought every single day. There are these incredibly powerful biological forces at play that are completely outside of our conscious control.
Okay, so you've got to hear about something called the set point theory. Imagine your body has this internal thermostat, right? And it's programmed to keep you at a certain weight it considers normal. In obesity, that thermostat basically gets broken and reset to a much higher temperature, or in this case, a higher weight. And once that happens, your body considers that new, higher weight its normal, and man, does it fight to keep you there.
And hormones? They're basically the generals in this internal war. First you have leptin, which is the hormone that's supposed to tell your brain, hey, we're full, you can stop eating now. But in obesity, the brain just stops listening. The full signal gets sent, but the call never gets answered. And at the same time, you've got another hormone, ghrelin, the hunger alarm, that is just ringing off the hook, even right after a meal. It's a biological recipe for constant hunger.
So you see the problem here, right? A person is consciously trying with all their might to eat less, but their own biology is screaming, eat more, and actively slowing down their metabolism to fight back. It isn't a fair fight. It's not about willpower, it's a battle against biology itself. And if that wasn't enough, we've got to talk about genetics, because this is a huge piece of the puzzle. Scientists estimate that more than half of the variation we see in body weight from person to person is actually determined by our DNA. It's kind of like our bodies are still running on software designed for the Stone Age, when storing fat was a brilliant survival mechanism. Today, that same programming can work against us, meaning that for many, the deck is stacked against them from birth.
So, if the science is this clear that it's a complex disease, why do we still blame people? This is where things get really serious, because this stigma, it's not just mean, it's a genuine health risk. When we blame individuals for a disease they never chose, the consequences are just devastating.
I mean, just think about this quote. It really nails it. This constant social judgment does more than just hurt someone's feelings. It physically stops people from getting the medical help they desperately need. It builds a wall right between a patient and their doctor.
So what does that actually look like in real life? Well, it's a disaster. People are so ashamed, they literally avoid going to the doctor. It leads to skyrocketing rates of depression and anxiety. And here's the really cruel irony. All that stress can actually trigger worse eating habits. It creates this vicious cycle that makes getting effective treatment almost impossible.
Okay, after all that, you're probably thinking this sounds pretty bleak. But here's the hopeful part. Science isn't just defining the problem, it's giving us incredible new tools to solve it. We are finally moving past that old simplistic advice of just eat less, move more.
And the results? They're honestly mind-blowing. Let's look at this new class of medications. They're called GLP-1 agonists. Now that's just a fancy name for drugs that mimic a hormone your body already makes to tell your brain you're full. And look at the difference. We're seeing average weight loss of 15, even up to 20%. That was almost unheard of just a few years ago.
Now, it's super important to understand that these drugs aren't some magic pill. They are one powerful tool in a much bigger toolbox. The best approach is a total strategy, a system reboot. We're talking expert medical supervision, personalized nutrition, focusing on restorative sleep, and the right kind of exercise to build muscle. It's about treating the whole system, not just chasing a number on a scale.
And then, for severe cases, there's bariatric surgery. The results here can be, well, nothing short of life-changing. Not only can it lead to significant weight loss, but it can actually reverse type 2 diabetes completely in up to 80% of patients. Just let that sink in for a moment. That is truly incredible.
So, where does all this leave us? It feels like we're at a real crossroads, doesn't it? We have a choice to make. We can stick with the old, failed ideas of blame and shame, or we can choose a new path forward, one based on science, empathy, and real medical support.
Think about it this way. We would never, ever shame someone for having asthma. We get them an inhaler. We don't judge someone with high blood pressure. We help them find the right treatment. That is exactly 100% the same approach we need for obesity. It's a medical condition, and it deserves medical care and compassion. Period.
So the final question, really, is for every single one of us. Are we ready to finally drop the blame game? Can we be the generation that chooses science and support over stigma? Because honestly, that's how we start building a healthier world for everyone.